All right, welcome to the last of the Fantasy Six Pack. This isn't the mock draft series per se. This one is now the live draft series, the one and only. So we've done two mock drafts up to this point. One was a half PPR, one was a PPR Superflex. We are now doing an actual draft. It's going to count. There's going to be 8 people from Fantasy Six Pack. 6 of us are on this feed right now. And then we've got 4 of our all access members joining us for a chance to win a Trophy Smack trophy. It will be pretty cool. So good luck to whoever gets it. Congratulations to whoever gets that at the end of the season. But it'll be a good time, guys.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's all right. Everybody talked smack last year in the Fantasy Six Pack League, and then I remember Dave got off to a hot start, and then
hot start. I won the regular season. At least I got that going for me.
When you get Trophy Smack
nothing.
involved, you're just gonna get smack talk
right.
involved.
That's all right. Anyway, so we're gonna get jumping in here soon, but just before we jump in there, just want to remind everybody, hit that subscribe button, those like buttons, leave the comments. We appreciate it. Jump in with banter during the draft. We love to hear it. And of course, we are running these drafts on Fantrax, and I must say I've been pleasantly surprised. I have not played a lot of Fantrax football. The last draft was a little wonky. We had a couple. There were some technical difficulties there, but it looks like they fixed them. The ADP column and everything is all straightened back out. So I think we're going to be good this time. it looked solid. So like that was the first one. So I was kind of disappointed last time, but this time it looks like it's pretty good. So do play a lot of baseball over here. I know Dave, you do, and then everybody else, Dylan and LaPlant. I know you guys are in the Fantasy Six Pack series with us over there, the baseball series that we do. It's a good site. So if you have not moved your league over there yet, man, you need to do so. They're giving away a signed Travis Kelce jersey to a lucky league winner. So without further ado, let's jump into our draft. You guys, should I full screen this, or do we want our heads over to the left?
You can full screen it, I think. Yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to see that glare off my head.
Or this. That way I can hide some stuff for me.
Yeah.
Not let you know.
Right. I'm trying to snipe.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. So let's get this going. Blake, you are up first, my man. So let's do it.
All right, guys. I'm up first, and I'm making this pick. For me, it's an easy one. Of the 2 guys that are up there, I'm picking the one with the better quarterback. Well, my real thought process on this too, especially, is like the consensus number 1 pick that everyone is always picking first. He never really seems to be the guy who finishes number 1. So I'm going to go right here with Jamar Chase.
All right.
Nice.
Going a little different. I don't hate it. I do get your thought process there that the guy who gets picked first usually doesn't pick first or finish first. So I don't hate it, but not what I would do. But
I mean, cool. Prior to the Judy injury, I feel like he was in play then.
Yeah. It was between Judy and Chase, so.
Yeah, and then Judy gets hurt, and the pick was made for you.
God helped me with that one, exactly.
Yeah. We do have a little bit of extra time on the clock this time. I put it up to 90 seconds. It's a real draft, not a mock, so I feel like we needed the extra time, especially with us talking. But with that being said, I just realized because I changed windows, it's not actually. I guess I got to keep the draft up the whole time over here, or my screen share does not actually work. We'll make it happen though. All right, here.
Yeah, that extra 30 seconds was a genius idea.
I was doing it anyway, but
you're
it's
so
a good idea.
smart.
That's
well,
why.
I'm certainly not ready.
Be like Mike. LaPlant.
What are you thinking here, man? 20 seconds.
Yeah, this should be easy.
You're muted, my friend.
Yeah, no wonder. I mean, that really confused the hell out of me. I'm going Justin Jefferson. I'm going Justin Jefferson. That confused the hell out of me, though, Joe, because that 100-yard rush I watched had me at the 11th pick, not the 2nd pick, unless you did it again.
Did I screw it up?
I think you might have.
Nah, I don't believe anything he says.
The 100-yard rush
I
saw had Blake first, Ike 2nd, Dylan 3rd, you 4th.
Oh, I switched you 2 mics. My bad.
Yeah, you confused us up. That's why I did not do
Sorry
that.
about that. Sorry about that. All right, Dylan. Well, you're welcome. You got Jefferson for me.
I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to
Cooper
complain, but that explains my confusion.
Dave, I couldn't do it. Dave and I were talking pre-show, and
I
was talking about McCaffrey, but it's just a roster construction for me. I really, especially being up front, I really want to get one of these top 3 receivers, and feel like
that's good and interesting.
I can punt on running back a little bit.
PPR league, look, I mean, I have not had any McCaffrey because I have not had 1 or 2. So to get him at 4, I'm going to be very happy here.
Sure.
It is. I mean, McCaffrey, I didn't do the research on this. I have no idea if this is actually true or not, but I read somewhere that in any game that he has actually started and finished, he's had no less than 5 catches a game. I mean, you're talking that's like, I mean, that's not, maybe that's not wide receiver 1 value, but that's already like nearing there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you add in all his rushing, it's going to be pretty crazy. So I'm going Mr. CMC, who was top of my draft board there. So that is good.
Good value, good pick there for sure. Our first Discord user's up now.
A prominent member of our baseball DFS channel, I might add.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeah, very active over there. Good stuff. So he went Tyreek, and the slew of receivers is on its way.
Here it is, Dave.
Like I get the receiver thing, but there is got to be a point where like it's the receiver love has gone too far. Is anybody else like, you know, it used to be like, oh, there was too many running backs, so you'll go different with receivers. Now it's almost like the complete opposite. It's like maybe you want to be a little different, just go running backs and just figure it out later. I don't know.
I know, but we got to start 3 wide receivers. That's tough. You want to get an anchor wide receiver in that spot, just like you wanted to anchor that, 2 RB spot back in the, now we're saying back in the day because the wide receivers are going early. But you want that anchor wide receiver.
I literally don't remember the last time I played in a league with 2 receivers and 2 running backs. Like it,
right?
So, oh well.
It's starting to become the norm where we're starting 3 wide receivers in leagues nowadays, which gives the wide receiver more value, especially when you're in a full PPR league like this one.
Saquon Barkley, it's a good one. I'm surprised Jordan, Mr. Dynasty Head, didn't go Bijan right after him. There we go.
I think I would have went Bijan there.
He was probably sweating over there. Man, click the draft button for Bijan, but he's like, all right, go with Saquon.
He probably knew you were gonna talk shit, calling him Dynasty Brain and stuff, man. So he didn't want to do it.
He can come defend himself.
Nick Chubb, I like it. Ike, what are you thinking, my guy here?
Basically all year I've been going wide receivers, and I couldn't get him pretty much anywhere, so I went CeeDee Lamb. I think he's going to be really good.
That's a solid pick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
over Diggs, I'm sure people would.
It's interesting, but I get it. It's really close. I'll tell you, our cheat sheet here has them very, very, very close. So that's not crazy.
No, it's not, especially if he's, the main guy in Dallas. I mean, everybody says they're going to be kind of more run heavy, but if you follow the actions actually going on in Dallas,
right?
They went and traded for Brandon Cooks. They let Zeke go. They don't have anybody behind Pollard besides Deuce Vaughn, who they drafted. They got Malik Davis and man, I can't even think of his name.
And
anymore.
Mike, I mean, you're a Packer fan, and you watched McCarthy for 10 years as the coach for the Packers. Did he like to run the ball? Sure, but it's not like his offense was just a ground and pound type of offense.
No, just very vanilla routes.
Right.
Like, don't expect very intricate routes ran by CeeDee Lamb, but I mean, he's the type of receiver that can turn
his run after the catch is insane.
Yeah, he can turn a simple route into a beautiful route.
Right.
So I actually don't see the little green light on Tim's name over here.
Yeah, he might be in trouble here.
Uh-oh. You know what? It's a live draft. I'm not pausing it.
Yeah, you can't. It is.
I'm not doing it now. I mean, maybe the first pick just to go reach out to him real quick. Maybe I can hop on Discord or something. He got himself some digs.
Can't be upset about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find him.
Yeah, these back end picks, I'm drafted at first in every draft I'm in this year, which is like crazy and random. But these back end picks, 10, 11, 12, are kind of where you want, especially if you're in a snake.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's a lot easier to build your team. Because is Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson going to score that much more than CeeDee Lamb or Stephon Diggs? You know, like that's kind of I think that's why y'all pick McCaffrey, or I was really going to pick either Bijan or Barkley too as my running back, honestly. So I just really couldn't pick a Falcons player. So I know Eric wanted him though. He's not afraid to pick a Falcons player.
What team is Eric in this one?
He just picked Nick Chubb at 10.
Oh, okay.
He's Hitman.
Okay. Gotcha.
He's Hitman? All right. Yeah, Ike, you're going to have to keep an eye out for him sniping you.
We got Jordan in here. Jordan, man, I was shocked you went Barkley over Bijan.
Yeah, man. What are you thinking?
I had the option of those two on. Like I feel like 7's kind of the sweet spot to draft in a redraft league. So getting at 8, I was a little worried that I wouldn't even have a chance with either of those guys. But luckily, Tyreek Hill and Cooper Kupp jumped up higher than I would like to draft them. So I had to make there. For me, it's just in a redraft league. I want the sure thing here, and I feel like Saquon. And if New York's going to be good, it's going to be running through Saquon. So I think he's a pretty safe bet to finish as an RB1. So that's kind of my tiebreaker there, but I was happy to have either of them at pick 8, honestly.
Ike, did you say no because you thought that was ARSB that just got picked?
Yes.
I thought the same thing. I really was like, oh, he thought that was Alvin Brown.
Wait, come on. Just because they got the same last name of Brown, they're not the same player, man.
How you feeling with that start, Ike?
I like it.
It looks awfully familiar.
Target fiends. I like it a lot. Both should see at least 9 to 10 plus a game.
Do you expect Amon-Ra to see 9 to plus 10 back when Jameson Williams comes off of that suspension?
I do, because Jameson's not very good.
Steve, I just realized I totally screwed up the team name. It's supposed to be Team Steve. That's probably not gonna let me change it.
You can't even touch the ball.
Yeah, that one drop that he had in the preseason, definitely I feel like that tanked his stock so heavily, which is crazy because it was just one drop. Like Jamar Chase was dropping balls like crazy his first preseason. So I mean,
but he's playing with second and third stringers, so that's got to tell you they don't have much faith unless they want him to get some playing time.
Yeah, well, I think it's part of that too. It doesn't seem like he's grasping the playbook as quickly as they thought for having 2 seasons, almost a second off season under his belt. So
yeah,
that definitely worries you nowadays. So unless you're running that Patriots offense from last year, where the playbook's like 6 pages.
Nice, Jordan. Double tapping running back.
Man, I drafted a team the other day where I went RB heavy for a redraft team. It was like my favorite team I've drafted all year. And so I think for redraft leagues, the rest of the way, the last couple I have, I'm going to kind of lean heavy running back early. I like that team turned out.
Just zagging when everyone else is zigging, man. I get it.
Complete opposite from how I draft my dynasty teams, but yeah, it seems like you get an advantage there here for your redraft leagues.
Dave started out with Eckler. What are you thinking here?
Well, I'm thinking that nobody that I was hoping was here is here. So
well, that's not ideal.
No, it's not ideal. I also didn't plan on getting Eckler, so things are not going as planned by any stretch here. Man, I'm debating on 2 guys here. I don't know which way I want to go. Let's do.
I'm trying to reach out to, and it's actually Steve. I apologize.
All right, Waddle.
You really botched those names.
Well, both of their emails start with T, so I just saw T and went, "Oh, it's got to be Tim," because Not like there was a whole ton of people that we had to choose from here.
You're
Oh,
back
baby.
on
Crazy how drafting a week ago, I think Jacobs wouldn't have went there where Eric picked him. Maybe JT,
Yeah,
and now it's totally the opposite. Now JT is going way far, so it's like it's crazy how. That's why on our pod we're telling people like try to draft as late as possible. Like people that draft in July are like clinically insane. So
See, I think the move is draft early and then just don't fade any running back holding out because all they want to do is skip preseason. I can respect that, honestly, man.
that is true, right? Yeah.
I'm about it. So just do not fade any holding out running back because like 75% of the time they'll be back just a couple days before week 1. So that's the lesson here.
Man,
and plus, they learned their lesson seeing Le'Veon do what he did a few years back.
100%.
The running backs on the board right now are studly still, but
Much
I'm
better
gonna go with
than
a
the
guy,
wide
and I
receivers
know
left.
I'm going to absolutely get yelled at. I'm going Mr. Chris Olave.
Nice.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, you suck. You sniped
okay.
me.
I thought Blake was gonna yell at me.
No, I'm gonna yell
I
at
gotta
you
be
for
honest, I
sniping
was
me.
not gonna pick him. So I mean, unless it had to fall that way. But I'm not gonna say I'm fading Chris Olave, obviously because I'm a Saints fan. I think it's gonna be great, but I do think second round is kind of, I don't know. I just feel like it's high for him. Not to say he's not good or he won't get targets. It's just for whatever reason that's just how I feel. So Eric's probably throwing his computer across the room hearing me say that right now. That's me. I just feel like Kamara's going to come back. Michael Thompson's back. Juwan Johnson. There's just a lot of targets to go around. So I definitely think he'll be top 10, but which I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which I guess that's where he just went. So, but I don't know. I don't know why I wasn't going to pick him. So I just feel like I can wait. I don't want to have too many Saints players too. If I'm trying to get Juwan Johnson or Kamara later, like I don't want to have all the Saints players.
Yeah.
That hurts.
That's a great pick.
Gotcha.
That was the other guy I wanted.
It was those two. I thought one of them were falling.
It's kind of the flip of a coin between Olave and Smith, in my opinion. I'm torn.
Yeah. Dylan, is that back-to-back week 10 receivers?
I've got Olave just ahead of him, so I pulled the trigger.
It might be. Yes, it is, Dave. I really don't mind the bye weeks thing, though. Doesn't really bother me a whole lot.
0% of my draft analysis is based on that for sure. Like 10 weeks is so far in, like who knows if they're even both going to be, standing at that point.
Exactly. Your team is going to be nowhere near the same.
Mm-hmm.
That far in.
All right, Mike, where are we going here?
Look at Mike, Jonathan Taylor. Oh,
I
had Jonathan Taylor and Justin Jefferson. Imagine having that team last year.
Yeah,
yeah. I was just gonna say that's kind of the reason I didn't pick Jefferson was because I knew I wasn't gonna get Higgins. Like I wanted exactly what he got at 2. So I went Chase. Now I'm actually not gonna get a wide receiver at all. I'm gonna get real wild here, guys, and pick 2 dudes who have the nice little injury flag next to them. But
that's always nice.
What could go wrong?
It's a high risk, high reward. If these guys are playing good, or end up playing at all, I should say, right? I mean, now I'm actually kind of talking myself out of it though, because the Jets O-line is just so poor.
Oh, we got a Breece Hall.
But do I want to stack? How much time I got left? Do I want to stack?
40 seconds.
All right, I'm a secret Bengals fan. I'm gonna skip what I just said.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, Jonathan Taylor. I was really wondering where he was going to go. I was telling Dave pre-show in our home league with Ike and Mike. He fell all the way to the middle of the 4th round yesterday. Just nobody could pull the trigger on him, including myself.
I was going to pull the trigger on him in the 3rd round. I was kind of hoping Blake wasn't going to take him. I was playing the game there because I didn't think he'd double tap RB.
Right.
But that's fine. You got to adapt. You live, you move on. Now I'm still going to go
totally
RB
could have
here.
got Kelsey and Mahomes too. Like I hate you guys.
I still kind of want to go RB here though, just because they are kind of drying up a little bit. The teardrop is coming. All right. Do I go with my boy or do I go with my heart? My boy is Najee Harris or my heart Aaron Jones.
Whichever is quicker.
Always
the volume
follow your-
speaks for the heart is. Come on, I don't want to be a homer, man.
Dude,
We're
Aaron
going
Jones
Najee
has been
Harris.
a top 10 running back his last 5 seasons. Now those were all with Rodgers.
You're
but, I
absolutely
mean,
right. You're
still true.
absolutely right. I'm more
He's like
worried
my
about AJ
fourth
Dillon
player.
taking away more work for Aaron Jones than I
About the
am
goal
Jalen
line?
Warren than Jalen Warren taking away Najee Harris's work.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, yeah. My prediction, I did a podcast today doing like NFC, basically like preview essentially. And my prediction for them was Aaron Jones is the top 12 running back this year. AJ Dillon is the top 24 running back. And the
You guys really gonna make me make this decision?
Yeah, take Mark Andrews. You know you want him.
No, not that.
I was gonna say, Joe, who's on your mind? Mahomes?
No, there's so many.
He wants Josh Allen, man. Come on.
It's all the quarterbacks.
I
It
know.
really is.
Come on,
I was not expecting
preach-
them to.
You
I was
preach
not
to
expecting
us.
them to
Don't
hit here.
draft a quarterback. Don't draft a quarterback. What are you about to do right now, Joe?
Man, I'm glad we all got
supposed to fall to
together
the
in that,
Beginning of the
in that chat
third.
before this to make him make this pick. So good job, guys. We did it.
I mean,
We
look at
all
the cheat
secretly
sheet. There's still
agreed.
players. There's still players with higher overall
Dude, you can
values
get
than a
that Derek
quarterback.
Carr stack in round like 14. Come on. Dude, Sam Howell. Dude, you can get Sam Howell at the end of the
I love me
last
some
round.
Sam
dude.
Howell, man. Don't get me wrong on that.
Oh, yeah.
He's honestly looked a lot better this preseason than I thought. He would.
Solid
So.
for sure.
You haven't been listening to my
And he
damn
runs a
show.
little.
That's
And
what
he
it
runs
is. Ah.
Oh, I think that's part of it. I've been like, okay, he's loving this Sam Howell guy.
I'm a big Sam Howell believer too.
15 seconds, Joe.
I
More
know.
Eric Bieniemy. Joe's tilting in the third round, guys.
I am. I don't like the 4 pick. I hated it.
So you decide instead of getting the quarterback you hate, you're gonna get the wide receiver you've hated forever.
I had him last year, and he actually did well for me. So
At least it wasn't Debo.
That's true. Debo's just a grenade.
I might have gone DK over Amari Cooper, but that's just me.
I wanted Keenan Allen over Najee just to kind of solidify those 3 wide receivers, but I needed a running back. They were drying up so much.
They were already dried up at that point to me. Najee's just so blah to me, man.
He's, you know what? He's blah, but he's gonna get what? Possibly 300 touches.
No,
I mean,
he's not
No,
going
think
to.
so?
Not with Jalen Warren there. No, I think
if it
he's gonna
hasn't
eat in a
happened,
little
so
bit.
Jalen Warren's been there before Najee, but yet
Right.
Jalen Warren is going to now all of a sudden take the job.
I don't think he's
Not
going to
take
take
it.
the job. I definitely don't think he's going to take
Or
the
take
job.
the
I
work,
think he's going to
take the
eat
work.
into it for sure.
I
Najee's
mean,
strictly
why didn't
a
he-
volume-based play, man. And
I get that. You're right. He
because
is.
he's not. There's just one problem. Happy, you're not any good.
I tend to disagree. You don't get drafted in the first round if you're not any good.
That's
But
not
here's the
true.
thing.
Trent Richardson.
Trent Richardson, yeah. I actually heard somebody comp Harris to Trent Richardson the other day. I think Harris is better, but it's definitely super alarming that he had 1 carry at all last year over 20 yards.
Yeah,
But
Those are like
it's not
rookie season Reggie
Hey,
Bush numbers.
that's
so.
Alexander Madison's career, but yeah, we're drafting him as an RB too.
we're drafting Alexander Madison in the 8th round, Mike.
I know, but it's.
Hmm.
I'm just saying though. My point that I was trying to say before you interrupted me is Najee's rookie year. Jalen Warren was already there and a year established. Why didn't he eat into his work then?
I don't have an answer.
Why
for
is
you.
it going to take 3
Because-
years for him to eat into his work? That
I
doesn't
guess
make
I
any
do
sense. to
kind of
me.
have an answer for you because Najee had 1st round draft capital, and obviously he's going to hop him. Now they know he stinks. Maybe
All right,
that's
but
what
with-
worries me.
And I'll end it on this, and I'll move on with the running back landscape in the NFL
There we
right
go.
now. Do you not think that they
Dang.
want to run him into the ground and then not re-sign him?
I'm not
Right.
not if Jalen Warren's good.
That's kind of a thought process.
He got the Kelsey Mahomes
I think
stat.
Jalen Warren could have a problem
Yeah, he
with
did.
pass blocking though, too.
Yes,
There we
did.
Having a
go.
rookie quarterback,
There we go.
you want a guy who can pass block up there, so. Yeah, look, there he had my idea, so.
Yeah, you could have pulled it off easily, Blake.
It's easier in the middle of the draft compared to the first pick. That makes it a little bit more difficult.
Just
to get that.
offer him a trade. Your first 3 picks for his first 3 picks.
Just flip.
DK.
I'll keep mixing. He can keep Adams.
I was hoping he fell to me.
I like DK honestly more than the last 3 receivers that have gone off the board, so I was stoked that he fell all the way here. That's a good spot after going RB.
Well, you're also a homer, so
I'm glad I'm not
I'm
in
not,
that
I'm not even a
category.
Seahawks fan.
Oh, you're not?
He's a
No, I'm a
Dallas
Cowboys.
fan.
The
He's just-
Cowboys fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get you and Mayo mixed up, I guess. My bad.
One's bald,
Yeah.
one has hair. How do you get that mixed
Mayo
up?
is a Hawks fan. That's fair.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So
Mhm.
he's over here just losing his mind with your pick.
He's like, hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I suppose I should
get
get my first running back.
Yeah, Eric jumped on that grenade.
Ooh,
Now the quarterbacks are starting to come off the board.
That's
Never mind.
especially tough too because Purdy did not seem. It seemed like I had Samuel last year, and when Purdy came in, like all his targets and they stopped running
Good
them.
pick.
Like everything
Yeah,
was
right.
in the dirt.
If,
So that's
if
tough.
Debo's not going to run, I just want no part of him.
All
Yeah,
right, so
completely agree.
unfortunately, this guy had technical difficulties and he's not coming back. So we're just gonna do this.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Technical difficulties.
and and he won't even try. So that's that. So probably not being invited to another one of these leagues again. Sorry, bro.
no.
Sorry, man. Like you're just gonna bounce after like having one problem. Like, no, sorry, you out. I don't care.
You think we have anyone that could fill in real quick?
I
Yeah, I
can't
was
switch
thinking
the
that
email
too.
address at this point.
What about
man.
what about Keith?
I just
I
reached
We
out.
could
can't
just have
switch the, I
someone
can't
on
give
and you
access
could
to
pick the
somebody
picks
else
for him.
to his team right now is the problem.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
well, they
Not
could,
mid-
I just meant
Draft.
someone could draft rather than the computer.
But not I
Can you
can't do
get
it
on-
mid draft.
Can you get on the stream and just tell us what pick to make, and then we?
That's
could just-
what I meant. Yeah.
After?
I mean, at this point, he's got Brees Hall. Does anybody want this team?
Ike would.
Hey, don't hate on Brees Hall.
AJD
man.
over St. Brown, yeah, it's tough. Like
Yeah.
the running back run. This is why I got.
I mean, you can sell that Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs stack.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Can't sell the
That
Brees
is, that
Hall.
is fairly nice. I don't know. You guys, like, I'm doing a whole lot of stuff here right now, guys. If you
I
wanna
reached
start
out.
pinging
I
some
reached
people
out
and
to
ask-
somebody for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, let me know. I do have it on auto, but I can always turn it off. They're gonna have to look at
We
like
still gotta-
somebody's screen and figure
they
it
got-
out. But
Yeah, they got 2 rounds to make up to find. We got 2 rounds to find somebody.
so
What are you thinking here, Jordan?
Man, I'm tempted to.
He's
just
thinking
grab another
Dameon
running
Pierce
back
got sniped
here,
from
but
him.
you guys have been going crazy here on the running backs here. So no, we're gonna go ahead and just grab DJ Moore here. I like him quite a bit in Chicago this year, so we're gonna go ahead and.
You just
select him
broke
as a
Dylan's heart.
Yeah, you did.
I'm aiming for some upside here, and I feel like there's a world where McCaff and DJ Moore can both sneak into the top 12, especially with JSN missing time to start the year,
Yeah,
and
switch to
DJ Moore
TC
being the
fine.
only good receiver there in Chicago. So I like having these guys as solid wide receiver 2s that have some wide receiver 1 upside pretty much any week.
damn,
Mars-
Eric going
Mars gonna eat.
heavy
Man.
on the running back. By the way, Chubb, Jacobs, Gibbs. Woo.
Blame him for not having any running backs left.
Yeah, he'll probably say he can't jump on now. He's like, "Oh, sorry guys, I can't make it."
Don't worry, we'll be hitting him up later in the season probably to try and get one.
You ain't getting one of those 3.
Says you.
Travis Etienne.
Oh, okay.
All right, Dave. What are we thinking here? Are you gonna round out that wide receiver position, or are you gonna get freaky on us?
wow. I like to get freaky.
Let's get weird.
Got to give the people what they want.
Where's
They
that?
want Dave
I
Henry.
also like to win. So it comes down to 2 guys, 2 completely different positions.
Not Jerry Jeudy, correct?
No, Jerry Jeudy is not in the mix for this particular pick.
Coward. You don't even.
How the
stand
mighty
up
have
for your-
fallen. Yeah, man, you got to bet your draft on that dude's hamstrings, dude. What are you doing?
You plant your flag.
And he's your wide receiver
Well,
3. It's fine.
I planted it.
1,500 yards. No, I was kidding, man.
Let's go this route.
Okay, you're not worried about the turf toe
Turf
holding
toe.
him out?
Oh no, I'm very worried about
Or that Dodson is going to be better than him.
Fingers, bro.
I was gonna pick Jerry Jeudy. Like,
I know. I actually kind of think Judy might be might actually come back first. I don't know.
Not worried about Dotson being better.
Also worried about that.
Watson.
Oh,
Okay. Man.
Did you not like that pick, Joe?
No, I'm just.
Or is that a snipe?
This is no. This is the spot again. I didn't really see myself falling in here.
he's hating his draft.
I absolutely despise my draft. Dude, I just gotta go crazy.
Oh,
I don't know what
No.
to do.
He did it.
Wow.
God,
I'm just going crazy.
damn it. Damn
Yeah.
you, Joe.
The cheat
Wild
sheet
card.
is up in flames right now.
Yeah, you are the wild card
it
right
was
now.
close. He was like 5th on the cheat sheet. I mean, it was after Hawk and Kittle and Hopkins and Godwin and that was pretty much it. So it was like,
Yeah, I probably would have took Lamar over
I
that
was like,
too.
screw it. Lamar's got like winning league potential at that point. Those dudes are just, let's be real, they're just kind of dudes. They're replaceable. Lamar is like, he's good. And so I'm like, all right, I just got to get crazy because this has not fallen the way I thought it was going to fall at all.
No, I agree. I agree.
This has been nuts. I did better on the Kings Classic draft than this
I like
one.
mine a lot.
That
so
was a
far.
14-team league. This is awful.
Yeah.
I'm not happy right now, fellas.
It really sucks that we got the no show too. I don't know how much of an impact that will make exactly, but that's
Watch
a real
that
bummer.
dude win the league now.
Jordan, check your phone.
Right.
Sent you a text.
Oh, guys, I don't know where to go here. No.
I would suggest an offensive player, Dylan.
Okay.
No, it's IDP. Definitely go
Kicker.
defensive.
Darius
I
Leonard.
want to try and get that. Oh,
I'll
Drake
take
London.
the risk at London. Yeah. Kind
Now-
of icky, but
No, I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to get Blake back a little bit here because I have a feeling he's eyeing up that Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase stack.
Yeah.
But I
So
also want to
fucking-
get. He fucked me on the Jonathan Taylor pick, so I mean it's only fair game. He's got 2 running backs, so you know what? I got two running backs left in the tier that I want. So you know what? I want to lock up that league-winning quarterback potential, and I'm gonna get myself Joe Burrow.
Mike with the
Nice.
petty pick.
If it was
Pretty much.
Not even
It was.
trying to win. He's like,
It
I
really
know
was.
Blake wants
My heart.
Burrow.
If it was 4-point passing touchdowns, it would have been Justin Fields. But with 6-point passing touchdowns, that does give a little bit more of a even.
Who said it was
out to
6-point passing
Yeah, I
touchdown?
was gonna say, fuck
Yeah.
it is.
Ain't nobody said.
Oh, you know. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh yeah, you
No, I
sucked
misread
now. Now
that.
you took Burrow.
Well, you know what?
Although
No,
that's
that's fine.
the next
That's fine.
quarterback on
I'm
the
fine
board.
with Burrow.
Yeah.
No,
Fine
your
with Burrow.
rules.
Fine with Burrow.
I remember
Like
my
I said,
first
read the
draft
rules.
too, Mike.
It's fine. It's
It
fine.
so was a
It's fine.
petty pick.
I read the rules and I read the draft order, and that wasn't correct. So I thought maybe the rules weren't maybe correct. Joe.
Don't even
push it
try
on someone else. Push it on
Don't
someone
even try
else.
it.
I'm fine with Joe Burrow. I'm not
I mixed
in
up
the 4th round.
Mike and Mike, and you both have Ike in your freaking names, by the way.
No, mine's
Why
be
would you
like Mike.
name
His
that?
is Ike. Wait.
Not helpful.
I gotta admit, it was a good play, Mike, but I actually was not gonna stack Burrow right there, which is crazy because he's like my favorite player. But just having Chase and Mixon already, I just didn't want to have 3
That's
Bengals
fair.
like that hard.
That is a lot.
That's a-
That was
I know
a
you're a
lot.
big LSU fan too, so I knew you were.
Yeah,
eyeing
and
him.
look,
I felt
if I
like you
could-
were.
Yeah, if I could flip it back, like I probably wouldn't take Mixon to then if I knew Burrow would be there because I definitely would love to have Burrow over Herbert, but I don't like to stack that hard unless it's like Mahomes. So
But I mean, like I also didn't even mention I get a stack myself. I got T Higgins, so
yeah, right. No,
It's
for
not a
sure.
bad
It's
pick.
a good play.
Oh,
Yeah, you didn't screw up at all.
I totally didn't
I
see
picked
that.
Hawkinson
The
too.
process-
I'm not getting
I'm
Justin
trying to-
Jefferson. That's why I picked Hawkinson. I still want a
the
piece of that
process
offense.
was screwed up, but the pick makes sense.
Right, yeah. it ended up still working out.
Dude, way to stay on brand with the 4 wide receivers again.
Honestly, I
betcha.
think they're committed. I like the Drake London pick though. I was considering him when I took DJ Moore earlier that round.
Thanks,
I like that
dude.
pick.
It's just the pass volume in that offense just scares me. I hate Arthur Smith.
It's got to go with somebody, and clearly that they don't want Kyle Pitts catching the ball, I guess.
Or the problem is, what if they just throw it 18 times a game or something?
He's going to get 8 of them, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
The
7.
Bears offense.
So Dylan, which
And
running
Eric's
back
going
are
to be
you
kicking
taking?
himself here.
I'm actually thinking
sitting there, and he's going to be like, "What do I do?"
I should probably
Dylan's-
draft Justin Fields here.
I
but
knew that was
I also
coming.
don't have a ton of shares of Trevor Lawrence.
You also
You
don't
also
have,
don't
a
have any
running
running
back.
Your running backs are looking
You don't
bleak
want to have
here.
J.K. Dobbins as your RB1. So.
No, the running back thing is kind of future me's problem.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'll be fine if I have
Hey.
Dalvin Cook as my RB1.
So the
Ew.
other day I was going to pick Cook and both the Cooks, James Cook and Dalvin Cook, and then I was going to change my team name to Too Many Cooks, and I was this close to doing it.
Dylan, this should be
Then I
our
ended
team
up
name in
picking
the home league.
Javonte Williams and James Conner. So now I flipped it hard. I was like, nope, never mind. But the only thing that made me want to do it is so I could name my team Too Many Cooks, you know.
And that worked because the guy who wanted to fall came back. Mr. DeAndre Hopkins.
You love him this year. Can you just explain to me why you love him?
Because Joe's bad at redraft.
Says last
Won the
year's
redraft
champion.
last year.
It's a different year, Joe.
Doesn't matter. I'm not bad at redraft. So, look, let's be
I
real.
swear to God.
DeAndre Hopkins, look, he's not being drafted where he was, like, even last year, right? Like, he was being drafted as like a wide receiver 2 last year. I'm getting into my wide receiver 3 in the 5th round. Like, we all know, you know, everybody's going, oh, Tannehill sucks. Tannehill sucks. Look, I know he's not, you know, look, maybe he's not Kyler Murray, although like Kyler Murray wasn't awesome for him. You know, he wasn't Deshaun Watson when he had him there, but like, let's be real.
Thank God.
You.
Hopkins can still do well, and so can Tannehill. Do we not remember just a couple of years ago when Tannehill had AJ Brown? And
Nice, Dave.
you know, like
I was
Tannehill
big. I was
can
praying
be
he
good.
did it.
I was shocked
Oh,
that both Herbert, well, I was shocked that Herbert went before Lawrence. I was shocked that Fields fell as far as he did. But that
You
being
can
said,
thank me for that.
yeah, that's a read the rules. That's
I mean, my rules
we'll
are
just use
get a
you by an
stack.
example. We'll just use you for
Get
an
a
example
sack.
now. Yeah.
You know what? Abide by the 100-yard
That,
dash.
Mike.
Abide by the 100-yard dash. That's what I say.
my draft was
All in
gonna
on the
go
bounce
James
back Jordan with
Lawrence
Dobbins, or
wasn't
what?
there.
Yeah, especially for like an RB3, I think like the risk is kind of baked in at that point. And yeah, I liked his talent a lot coming out of the draft. And I mean, really, like when he's been on the field, he's been productive. It's just
Exactly.
been staying
Yeah.
on the field for an extended period of time. So there was a couple other guys I was considering right there, but at this point, yeah, I like him in the 5th round.
Oh, Rashad White.
I love hearing when you.
I
get sniped.
really want to count for there. So Bishop Sycamore, thanks for that. You kind of threw me
And
off
Team
there.
Paul
I
is
thought I
going
had-
all the running back. Let's see if Eric follows suit.
Who wants to be a part of this run?
Please stop it.
Please stop it. Dylan's over there. I don't have
Dylan,
a running back
right.
yet.
Please stop it.
I mean, you're gonna test out that 0 RB strategy for real this year.
I told you, Dylan. I was like, man, if you're really gonna take a
Definitely
quarterback
risk.
here,
Definitely risk.
Dylan's looking at DeAndre Swift as a starter.
Yuck.
you know, Dylan. To be completely fair, part of it was I wanted to talk you out of a quarterback because I wanted Fields or I wanted Lawrence, and I knew if you took Fields, I was, you know, looking to be in some trouble.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
No
I was
doubt.
half trying to talk you out of it. Oh man, so glad he fell.
That's the risk you take when you go and get a 4th receiver and Drake London instead of getting that RB1.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jerry Judy. Eric, where you at, man? Talk.
Never drafted him anywhere before, so that should be interesting. Oh, and I'm back up.
Akers.
Yeah.
Damn, he's real fast here. So, Akers.
The computer's really on the ball today. I'll tell you
Another
that.
fucking target guy.
Little.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
Deontay Johnson, I go
I was
rot.
hoping he would fall.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
Deontay just
would have been a good one to
down.
fall.
Yeah, go Rod Ike.
That's a good.
Yeah,
That's a
great
very
pick.
good pick there. I do like the Deontay Johnson. I really do. PPR.
I almost was him or Jahan Dotson, but I figured Deontay's going to get significantly more targets.
Big time.
Yeah. Damn, that's a good one.
I mean, with McLaurin being hurt, I mean, they could last. They're saying, I think I saw it's 6 to 8 weeks. Like, so, I mean,
I really liked what I saw from Dotson too, at least in the.
Damn, you gotta tweet that out. Where the hell did you see that? I did not see that McLaurin would be out 6 to 8 weeks.
Well, no, not that he would. I said I read that he could be because turf toe's finicky. You know, I mean, it's one of those things that you kind of just deal with.
It's gonna come back like a hamstring.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Groin injury.
Yeah.
Like you and your.
If he wants
injuries.
to try to fully be healthy, then. I'll be honest too. Going off what I said, I was instead of Hawkinson Herbert, I was gonna pick literally Deontay Johnson and Jahan Dotson. So like, and where I was just at. So yeah, I'm with him. I like those guys. So I was really hoping. I was looking at the ADP and stuff. I was like, they might fall to 6, 12, 7, 1. So that's why I went with what I went with.
Didn't love that one, but needed a wide receiver 3 there.
So
if you guys want to keep picking people that I'm not interested in, that's cool.
I'm very happy about
man.
these last half or almost a full round now at this point.
Ever since I took Lawrence, nothing I've been interested in has been taken back off the board.
Joe's just sitting there looking at because we're working off the same cheat sheet right now. Joe,
Wow.
I see the running back you're looking at that top of that cheat sheet, and you're just hoping he falls. To
Never in a million years that I think I was going to get Connor.
I'm glad you did let him fall to Dylan. I'm so glad.
I didn't say the name. I didn't say the name.
Oh, grr.
I didn't say the name, so it's not my fault.
That's beautiful.
I thought Dylan was going to take him instantly.
My palms are sweaty over here right now. Worrying.
It's because he's looking at Swift as a starting running back.
No, I'm not looking at Swift. That's who
Swift might not even be on the
board.
board.
Dylan's just getting screwed.
Well, hey, now with that being said, we did have a question come up, and Dylan, I'll leave this to you, but Naaman wants to know opinions on James Cook. Since
I
he
love
just
him.
got drafted.
Go look at any advanced stats, and he just absolutely kills it. Part of an awesome offense. It's good stuff.
So now I know you're kind of strong-armed, and he would have been your RB1, but are you comfortable with him going into a zero RB strategy RB1 for this year?
100%. You're looking for a pass catching RB too, and you like when you're kind of zero RB and so
I'm gonna let you know here. So this wouldn't have been my pick right now, but looking at the board, I know there's Dylan. You need mad running backs, so I have a feeling this guy is not going to come back to me.
Here we go
now and hope.
Don't do it.
That it comes
Devontae.
A receiver comes back to me that I like instead, or maybe a tight end. But yes, it is Javonte.
No,
nice. I like him. I want to draft him everywhere.
I almost took him instead of Godwin, but I was like, he might sneak back around to me. That's a good pick there.
Dude, you didn't read my running backs. You didn't read my strategy articles, apparently. I love me some Javonte.
It's a great pick. I like it a lot.
Granted, on those mocks, we did those mocks and those draft strategy articles back in, my God, mid-July. He was at that point was like a round 8 or 9 pick, and that was like all day. Like at that point, the risk is out the window. This is still some risk, but not like.
I was gonna say, fuck running back, man.
Literally,
there was one. You should have got one.
Lockett was the receiver that I was hoping would come back to me. So okay. But still, good luck at running back.
There was one running back that would have absolutely been acceptable as your RB1 going into that strategy and getting him in the round that we're in. That would have been completely acceptable. I'm surprised you didn't take him.
Dave Montgomery.
You want to elaborate who that is, or
Alvin Kamara? I know he gets a suspension, but it's only 3 weeks. You just got to piece together the RB position for 3 weeks, and then bam, you got an RB1 possibly right there.
I would say David.
Shocked you didn't go him.
I think I'm good.
I would take the upside of Kamara over David Montgomery.
Hey, Dylan, do you know that this is not just all flex positions?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't want you to be like, oh,
I'd have 8 wide receivers.
I honestly really don't care about my RB2 spot at all, but I am worried about my RB1 spot because your RB2, in my opinion, is the most expendable spot in fantasy football. To be honest with you, I think your flex. You want to be better in your flex than in your RB2, in my opinion.
Well, you definitely will be. So you got that locked up.
All right, Mike Williams, fill out that wide receiver 3 spot. I was eyeing up Lockett, Dylan, so I'm a little shocked.
Dylan, you and Denny Carter.
Dylan, or LaPlant, you didn't want Dotson.
Zero RB strategy is to the T. I'll
take Mike Williams over Dotson
next Sunday. Guarantee you that is going to be.
Oh, you're in a home league with him, Joe?
Yeah, he lives in the area.
I'm not sure that Dylan understands 0 running backs doesn't mean like you take 0 running backs. You have to still roster running backs, Dylan.
Oh, there's the Dotson.
You still have to roster running backs.
There goes Dotson. Damn it.
Goodness, yes.
Mike's snipe me strategy is he's coming for. I mean, you were saying Kamara, and I was like, don't take him, please.
That's the one. Like that was the one. It's like in the end of the 6th round. It's like, why not take the risk on him? You don't have a running back at this point. 3 weeks into the season, there's your RB1. You don't have to worry about it, and then you can take that RB2 strategy of piecing it together and figure it out. All right, this is a guy I've been taking a lot in the mocks, and I'm going to stay on brand here because we're talking the 7th round. I don't have a tight end, but give me some Kyle Pitts. I'm taking the upside pick right here in the 7th round on the tight end.
Early running back or early quarterback, and not early tight end, but semi-early tight end. I don't know how you see that one working.
I got him after Darren Waller. That's what I looked at because I wanted Waller more, and I was hoping Pitts would actually go before him. But hey, we got some decent drafters here. I'm not afraid of the recency bias with Kyle Pitts. I know everybody else is.
That's fine, man. It's just pass volume in the offense.
It says the guy who drafted Jake London 2 rounds earlier.
And I said that when I drafted Drake London.
I think that Drake London is a fantastic wide receiver. Don't get me wrong, but I think Kyle Pitts is 100% more talented.
Yeah,
I think I would normally go Mike Evans here. Marquise Brown scares me. Going a little upside here. I don't normally do this. Going Jordan Addison.
Oh, I like it.
Love it. I love it.
That's a reach for me. That's outside my.
If I didn't have Hawkinson, I would have taken Addison over Dotson.
That is not something I usually do, by the way.
Yeah, with Jefferson, I didn't have my eye on him. I do have a question for you guys though. So we just had our home league, yesterday. I'm not going to call out anybody, but
I was waiting for Goddard.
Somebody draft Jefferson and Jordan Addison. What do you guys think about having that combo on your team? Now, granted, Addison was like his wide receiver 4 or 5, starting 3, so he's on the bench anyways.
He's not flex.
Yeah, or your flex, yeah. But how do you feel about having that tandem on your team?
I'll admit I thought about doing it in my league. I had first pick, got at Jefferson, and was still thinking about Addison. Thielen and Jefferson both had good seasons together, so I don't see a lot of people stack 2 wide receivers on the same team, but not too bad guys to try it with,
That's a team that probably lead the league or top 3 in pass attempts. So
I was just thinking that too. Like the Vikings aren't really a stud defense, so I feel like they're gonna be throwing the ball a lot this year. So
yep.
Yeah, I was just curious of it, because you usually don't see somebody, taking 2 wide receivers from the same offense. And if it is, it's more of an ADP disparity, early round, and then you're getting him probably in like the double-digit rounds type of.
Well, for Zach, for him it was.
There you go. You blew the anonymity. Have another beer.
Don't mind if I do.
I think you see it more often for like a guy in my league drafted Dubes and Jaden Reed.
They flowers.
So that's 2 dart throws, So
the opportunity cost. Yeah, the opportunity cost on that is just way cheaper compared to like getting an Addison. Now, granted, it's not like a high opportunity cost, but the 7th round, getting Addison. Maybe if you already had Justin Jefferson in the 1st round, That's a starting position that you're locking up early type of deal. So that's where it's like it kind of concerns me a little bit just having 2 receivers in my starting lineup from the same offense on a week-to-week basis. I'd like to have that flexibility of putting them in there.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you.
Ooh, Zay Flowers, Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, that one got
Thomas.
me. I did not expect that one to go. Not that I wanted him. That surprised me.
Eric's wide receiver core is giving me the willies a little bit.
Yeah.
Devo struggles to stay healthy. Judy struggled to stay healthy already.
Pittman's got a rookie who can't really throw.
Yeah, and Mike Thomas is Mike Thomas.
That's what I was saying. Eric's not going to jump on because he is not. He's more mad than Joe right now. So.
Yeah, bite the ball, that Marquise Brown.
I don't think I've ever seen Eric draft Deebo Samuel. Like, that was crazy to me.
Clayton Tune or Joshua Dobbs? Like,
Whoever it is, at least I hope they can get the ball to him.
fair answer.
Oh, is this dude back on? His auto draft went away.
Yeah, he jumped on.
Oh, wow. I actually didn't expect that.
I've been emailing him and was like, dude, try again. I turned you on auto.
Please.
You don't have a horrible team. Just finish.
Really? I mean, honestly.
It's actually a good
not
team.
a horrible team.
Brees Hall might not be like, that's not where I would take him. He should have slipped a little bit farther. The ADP hasn't caught up yet. But after that, like, this team is solid. And he snagged. I was like, I didn't realize that Kurt got taken. I missed that because I'm trying to
Jordan
shows the same damn time.
Jordan hates Ike right now. But go on.
That was one I was looking at.
It's okay. I got Dak in a tier of 3 other guys for redraft. So there's 2 other guys there I still like. So we're still hanging on.
Okay, Geno Smith and Jared Goff. I see you.
Swift, though, that was the one that I was zeroing on here with the next pick. So
I almost picked him.
Oh,
I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts on Cortland Sutton, Joe, and everybody, and Joe. I'm curious to hear where you moved him where you put him in his rankings in your rankings with everybody in that offense pretty much banged up now.
I did not move Sutton up very high, actually.
Really?
I left him at 42. I could probably, I could move him up to like 38, but look, right now we're hearing Judy might only miss like the first 3, maybe 4 games. So in an entire length of the season, Sutton still doesn't jump Judy in that point. But
Gotcha.
Judy moves to like low 30s.
Yeah.
Sutton's up to like high 40s. I
think
really
I have Sutton top 40 still, though.
Yeah, the problem is I just don't really want any of them at this point.
Yeah, the Broncos haven't given you much faith, I'll tell you. Other than Javonte Williams, I'm not trying to touch anybody. Now, I probably was going to pick Sutton at 12 just for the value, but...
Oh, it's on fire.
Dude, he caught some touchdowns in preseason, man. Yeah.
Steelers
I think he's just mad because
they're going to be a little bit better than I think a lot of people think. Tight end's kind of drying up. There's about 2 other guys I like at tight end here for starting to start every week. I mean, had almost about 200 points last year.
I didn't realize Pickens would.
I don't think I realized that the tight ends had flown off the board like they did. I wasn't
before Pickens. That's crazy.
The tight ends went on a run these last couple rounds. Yeah.
Dylan, Eric's definitely calling you out.
I know. I just saw it. I just pulled it up.
RB1 of David Montgomery, not talking about my wide receivers.
Preference how you ought to build your team, my friend.
That's the great thing about football, fantasy football.
You make the bed you lay in.
Exactly, 100%.
And Dylan is making his bed right now.
Got my eye on a couple running backs who hope and fall to me here, though.
Yeah.
Are you hoping they fall or just hoping they get on the field?
No.
Hoping they fall over the goal line for 6.1 points.
A handful of names that I like out there still, then I'm all right starting.
Oh, wow. Okay. I tell you what, if I could guarantee Tua wasn't going to be hurt, I mean, he just falls in drafts now. It'd be so great to just snatch it. I can't pick him. I don't know. I just feel like you get a concussion like once a game at least, right? And you just don't tell anybody. So it's like now he's one concussion away from just never playing again. I think I'm good. I think I got to stay away.
It's hard. It's risky. If you take him, you definitely got to take it back up like pretty quickly too.
Right. Plus, he loses all of his rushing ability, right? Because I mean, he's not gonna want to run as much because he's opening himself up to hit.
All right. Yeah. Well, do I go that or do I go with Mr. Safe?
Make the decision easier for me, Joe.
Make the decision easier. Just
so
don't pick the
two
running back.
receivers.
That'll be easier.
One's a little bit more, I think, got a little bit more target share going his way. One's in a much better offense, but is the wide receiver 2. So that's tough.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I think we all.
Brandon Cooks.
She's saying, dude, Mr. Brandon.
Yeah, I mean,
so Brandon Cooks.
Pretty easy pick there. Yeah.
And Dylan, you weren't going receiver, so it doesn't matter.
No, I was hoping you're going to take one of the Commanders' running backs to make it easier on me. But I'm going to lean Antonio Gibson here because of the PPR value.
You suck. I wanted him, and I was hoping you'd take Robinson.
You suck.
I was honestly thinking about picking him here still at 8-12. I got 3 running backs. So,
I get the case for Robinson, too. Like, he just might not be good either. I know he was shot last year before the start of the season.
Jesus.
But
here's okay. So here's my take on.
I know you're not going to
Here's
want
my take
Blake.
on when you get that like
split
workload.
made it back before Michael Thomas. It's true, but go on. Sorry.
True.
So here's my take on running backs that are in like a split backfield where one is clearly a PPR back and one is clearly like the runner, right?
Yep.
The PPR back, yes, is going to have some games, right? He's going to blow up a couple games. He's going to catch 5, 6, maybe 7 passes here and there, and take one for a touchdown, right? The runner, is guaranteed to get a like that workload in, right? Every single game. So that's kind of why I get it in PPR that people want to lean Gibson. I still slightly lean B-Rob. I don't know.
Interesting.
I just kind of like that safety net.
Okay, I'm over.
It's also the way that I draft my teams too. So like, yes, I get it. In your case, maybe Dylan, you want to go a little more upside. That's Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I've got 2 guys that I kind of think I can lean on. I think I would go B-Rob over him just slightly. It's super close though.
Mm-hmm.
But on a week by week basis, I think B-Rob's gonna be a little more consistent, and that's where consistency, shout out to Bob Lung, right? Guy who runs the expo. Him. That's how we became friends. I saw he's found something on Twitter about consistency. I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like everything he's saying, I like totally believe in because this is how I draft and this is how I play. And spot on everything he says. So it's that's where I think it comes into play there. Samaje Perine with the
I wanted to pivot.
With the Jamal Williams news of him being like, kind of not gonna be.
I don't believe it. I mean, we're talking about a guy who came off a multi.
Did you not watch the game tape where he looked good?
We're talking about a multi-ligament injury, and only one running back has ever been able to come back from that and actually produce, and that's Adrian Peterson.
How many times have we talked about this in the past?
We're not talking about Jamal Charles back in 2005. Sorry.
Still happened.
That would be and it happened in real life.
But I'm talking about one that actually came back and actually, I mean, I can't speak for what Jamal Charles did that year, but Adrian Peterson came back and actually got an actual NFL.
I get it.
MVP.
I'm reaching right here.
You need him to be that though.
Blake, you got
plus you're talking about a Sean Payton system they incorporate
where he's going to throw it to Javonte.
Yeah,
we're talking about a Sean Payton system where they incorporate 2 running backs. I will see it. I will believe it when I see it from Javonte when he gets hit on a consistent week-to-week basis, not just preseason by second stringers. For 14 snaps.
Was it second stringers? He was playing with whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, man.
I
But
like
like,
I like the range
Samaje,
that
you
they're
know,
bro.
isn't like very talented, right? You gotta know that, right?
What'd you
Yep,
say?
the Bengals used him in a fourth down
Well, of course,
in the
because
Super Bowl over Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon
Yeah,
was
not
probably
talented.
tired as fuck. You're okay. You're saying Samaje is super talented, huh?
I'm not saying he's super talented, but I shot for the upside because I had 2 running backs that were safe in Najee Harris and Sanders, in my opinion.
I heard on a
That's where it's
podcast
like-
the other day too that Sean Payton personally
LaPlant,
called
you know
for
you're
Reed
up, right?
and asked
Yes.
him to go to Denver. He
Yeah, I
said,
did
"If
see
you
that
want to
too,
play
Blake,
more, then come to Denver." So I mean, based on that, that's why I picked Sky Moore. He had a good blurb the other day where he said he finally knows the playbook. He's in the right position, and now when he
That
catches
was
the
the other
ball,
receiver
he
I was
goes
talking about, by
to
the
make
way.
he goes
I
to
knew
make a
that.
play. He's not just
I
worried
was-
about being in the right spot. So.
Exactly, and I think Sean, like you said, because it's a coaching thing. Sean Payton wanted Samaje Perine, and it just his rushing offense includes 2 running backs. It always has, even with Kamara. It's you had Mark Mark
And
Ingram
if you
behind
don't,
him.
That was
If he can
also
make Pierre
before
Thomas
he
a
saw
beast-
how fast Javante progressed, though.
True. That is probably true. But look, P. Ryan is more talented than Pierre Thomas, and he made Pierre Thomas a beast. So.
I agree.
True.
Pierre Thomas, Jesus.
But yeah, I wanted just another safe wide receiver.
Pierre
there.
He breaks
Thomas,
every
man,
first
that's a
tackle.
that's a dude
That's
who
what
I
I used to
drafted
say about Pierre
every
Thomas.
single year in fantasy. He was super underrated. He was so damn good when he was actually on the field.
Dylan, why don't you complete the stack of the
Dylan, let's
Commanders'
go,
backfield
brother.
with Brian
I
Robinson?
know. I'm torn between AJ Dillon and Zach Charbonnet here.
You gotta go, AJ.
I like both of those picks, honestly.
I do too.
Especially since you don't have any running backs. Like
If you had some running backs, I'd probably go Charbonnet, reach for the stars. But
Still
since you
might.
have 2,
You
I'd
still,
probably
you
go
still might
Dylan.
want to, man. Maybe sneak a RB1 out of there.
Kenneth Walker has a
Yeah,
groin
but
injury, man.
I'm gonna
Those
go
are hard to
Charbonnet.
overcome.
Injury, that guy over here.
He's not an
I
expert
like
at
Charbonnet
injuries.
coming out too. I mean,
I've had a groin injury, man. They suck.
That doesn't make you an expert.
When it comes to groin injuries, yes.
Jordan, you as the dynasty guy, would you have taken Sharps over AJ Dillon there, or do you like
Yeah,
Dillon?
I like
For what it's worth, they were both in my queue. So I think they're in the right range. For your team, I actually think I would have kind of swung for the upside and gone Charbonnet there, because I think he could be the pass catching back. And then like Kenneth Walker is like a violent runner. Like if he gets hurt at some point during the year and misses a little bit of time, I wouldn't be shocked. And then at that point, Charbonnet is going to be top 15 probably pretty easily.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I agree.
So I don't want to do this. And again, this is me hating my draft right now.
Those are always the best ones, man.
we
Drafted-
like
Are
that.
they? I don't like you guys. Right
Every pick, you're like,
Eric-
God damn it.
I'm going
Eric's
Evan
calling
Ingram.
you out, Blake. P. Ryan is not
I
better.
mean, he's
than
number
Pierre
1 on the
Thomas.
cheat sheet by a mile.
By a long shot. And I'm looking at him
I
like,
just mean like
what?
athletically better. Obviously, Pierre Thomas was the GOAT. Like he broke every first tackle. I love that dude. But I just mean like in the speed, and when it comes to speed and catching, like I definitely think P. Ryan has the
Man,
edge.
thank God.
Yeah, nobody wanted him.
Eddie got his boy.
That was a
I feel
quick
you're a
pick.
big
He wanted
AJ
him.
Dillon.
I
he's a big
keep
AJ
getting
Dillon.
lucky. I keep getting
It was
lucky.
Dylan or B Rob for me. I was hoping that Ingram was getting drafted in front so I could just take one of those 2, but whatever. I mean, I guess I'll take just a little bit more positional advantage, where I can.
Oh, that's a pick.
I mean, I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Like I knew there was no chance he was coming back.
So I had Sharps, Dillon, and Robinson were kind of the 3 I had in my queue at running back there. So that is tough to see all 3 of them go just like
I
that.
really wanted a running back there, and I couldn't really take. Well, I mean, I could have taken Robinson, but I already got Connor with a week 14 bye, so I was like, man,
And we're gonna go.
there is not anything for running back left for a little while now.
Yeah, no, it's pretty tore up.
I
down there.
disagree.
I'm probably really only like one guy left.
I disagree.
2 maybe.
Yeah,
So-
there's a few guys I like, but I mean, I'm not taking them with my next pick. Well, maybe I will. I guess we'll see how the board falls.
So we got 3 people playing quarterback chicken right now.
Yeah, I love it.
And one quarterback league, man.
We got Blake, Jordan, and
Wozniak.
December Underground playing quarterback chicken right now.
No, I have Herbert, huh? Did you say my name?
Oh, sorry, I meant Eric. My apologies. The Hitman name is throwing me off.
I know, it really is. Like, he didn't use that name the entire time we were doing the mock draft series. He throws it in here now. It's like, way to screw us up, man.
Oh, yeah.
How did we change it, though? Because I swear I changed mine, but it didn't
You
actually
go to team
change.
settings, and then you actually have to hit the save button.
Oh, I probably didn't hit save. I bet you that's exactly what happened.
No,
I changed it and it just
minor
backed out.
details.
Chat group settings.
All right, Ike. What are you thinking here? Unless you don't want to think, so Eric
Well,
doesn't,
no,
Eric doesn't snipe you.
I don't want him to take my guy.
Yeah, you know he's listening because he's commenting right now.
I wanted to see if he was smart enough to
He
realize
wants
that on his own.
Jared Goff. Oh, Deshaun Watson.
At least for 3 weeks, I could play this guy and feel safe. Ish.
I like
Jamal
that.
Williams.
And I
He's
like that.
the last guy.
I think he's gonna
there.
be fine no matter what. Honestly, not. I mean, he won't be like RB1, RB2
Right.
territory.
I was going to say, for
like,
him to repeat, though, what he said when we
fine.
who did we have on the podcast for the F6P hour, Joe, that brought up it was Zach Attackage, FF Chalupa Batman on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
He said that just the season Jamal Williams had last year was just such an anomaly.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely not
the amount of red zone touches he had just compared to everybody else was just
everybody knows that. And by the way, screw all of you for stealing all of the Ravens receivers that I thought would go later than they are.
So you hate your draft even more.
Yes.
You know, the good news here for Dylan
Are you having
is
fun yet? Because I'm not.
David Montgomery is going to be a much better version of what Jamal Williams was last year.
Probably.
I agree. Which is why I took him in both of my Kings Classic draft.
Catches the ball a little
Somehow, me and Keith a lot were able to draft better in a 14-team league than I'm drafting against you guys in a 12-team league. This is terrible.
Dalton Kincaid in the 10th. Spicy, Eric. I like it.
Oh, he loves some Kincaid, man. They put him in the slot, and Eric was like, he also picked him in Scott Fish, so like he's hard for him now. So
yeah, that's different than Scott Fish. That's a different scoring format. Lots of flexes. This is only 2.
Oh, their first double quarterback.
First double.
Jalen Hurts and Tua.
Jalen Hurts and Tua.
Team Paul.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Interesting stack too. I mean, are you ever gonna bench Hurts for Tua?
Round 10 for quarterback. I like
No.
that.
Jordan's got the biggest balls in the draft room. How you feel, Jordan? Anthony Richardson?
It doesn't even need to be that good. Just run, man. You'll be like,
no, it doesn't do it for me. There we go.
I would take Daniel Jones.
Don't worry about it.
No, I wouldn't. I'm with Jordan. I'd take Anthony Richardson over Jones.
Over Mac
Really?
Jones?
Jones is a better passer and can run just like
I was
Anthony.
like, bro, what?
No,
I don't say Daniel Jones can run just like Anthony Richardson. I think you need to take a step back there.
We have seen Anthony Richardson run in college in the NFL against preseason 1 game.
I've also seen Daniel Jones throw 15 touchdowns in 18 weeks last year.
And got paid.
He also ran 22 miles an hour on an 80-yard run and then trip.
That did happen. That was fantastic.
I would.
Let's be honest, though. Let's be honest. You really think he would have gotten any faster if he didn't trip?
Dude, he was cooking.
You think he would have even gotten any faster, though? I think that was probably his top speed ever that he's ever going to reach.
Oh, when you fall like that and you're a white guy running, that's like you're running at speed for sure. I've done that 100%. You're running on the tips of your toes, and you're looking around, like no one's catching me. Like, oh my god, I'm so fast. Yeah, done that exact thing.
All right, Joe. Oh,
I don't like it. Just going with the guy who I think could be the RB1 for the team.
Lay down the cheat sheet.
I like that pick, Dylan. I like him.
Yeah, I'm not really why he
Really
got
the last guy
thrown
there.
down the cheat sheet like that, but I was happy to see it.
You know what? You had your opportunity. As far as I can tell, Rashad Bateman hasn't been picked. You had your opportunity.
No one wants him.
Thank you for Rashad Bateman.
You're welcome.
No, well, you want him.
Definitely was about to pick Bateman right there.
Well, he was sitting there going, "Oh, my Ravens receivers are getting drafted. One falls in his lap."
I don't want
and he's like,
Bateman.
nah. Oh, but you want Odell?
Yeah.
Over Bateman, yes, I do.
Yeah, I do as well.
Little
I did it
upside.
last week in the mock too. Yeah.
I'll take the youth of Bateman.
I like the Tank Bigsby pick too.
Thank you, sir.
Oh,
Yeah. He was
I definitely
someone
think
was
it's going to end up by the end of the year being a pretty solid 50-50 split. So I don't mind taking him as my RB4. So
yeah, you just gotta be patient with it. That's for sure. There we go. Gotta get these tight ends down the board. 12 been taken yet? 12 been gone, right? Yeah, good. Now the cheat sheet. Now the cheat sheet flushes back out.
has anybody gone 2 tight ends yet? I don't want to get crazy.
so.
No.
I don't think so.
I just
Also
don't really
curious.
like any of these wide
That was the
receivers
12th tight
right
end.
here.
So now everything on the cheat sheet finally.
I wonder if we're sleeping on Greg Dulcich a little bit too with all the injuries.
I
I am dead asleep on him. I'll tell you that. They had Troutman starting over him, dude. Troutman,
yeah, it's been bad. What we've been watching this
do another
preseason has
reach
not
right
been
here,
good
but-
for him. Jonathan Mingo, already.
Huge reach, but Thielen's old, hurt, which doesn't mean anything because Bryce Young's 5'8". I think I'm taller than him, so it's gonna be tough. But never let his college. I mean, there's a lot of reasons not to like him, but a lot of people like to say he's AJ Brown type of player. So I'm like, I'll just take that shot in the dark that maybe he'll end up being Bryce Young's favorite target. You know, so
whoever
because DJ Chark's great, but he's basically never been healthy. So
which team took ETN?
High
High Street Breakers over here, but I don't know what team he is.
Bishop Sycamore.
Okay, so he took ETN, and he goes, he didn't think he was. He's talking about taking Bigsby. He didn't think he'd go this early. He wanted to pair him with ETN, which would have been smart. But yeah.
Oh, so he was trying to get. Well, you shouldn't have drafted Tony, my brother. I gotta let you know. That was
He should have went
another guy
over
who's awesome, but will he ever play? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Great on the field, but when is he on the field?
I have him in another league, and he was my wide receiver 3, and I have Dotson on the bench. Terry McLaurin got hurt. Tony's been hurt this whole time, so I just threw Dotson in and benched Tony, and I was like, let me see you do something for 5 weeks before you can even sniff the starting lineup, you know. So
Eli Mitchell gone. So
yeah, the running backs
I thought about Mitchell and
dry
right there.
Now. Oh yeah,
Both of those guys, though. I mean, I wouldn't mind Mitchell just because he's gonna get touches in that offense.
I was gonna say he's gonna have a role in the offense still, right? He did when him and McCaffrey were both healthy last year.
Another problem though is he can't stay healthy. He's
100%.
also one of those people that just can't stay on the field, unfortunately.
Right. What's the update on Thielen? I know he went. Somebody say he went down.
He caught a touchdown in the last preseason.
No, he came back and had a touchdown. Yeah,
It was Chark that's hurt.
Chark is the one that had the hamstring injury.
Oh, okay.
Shocker.
Yeah, I want a Thielen anyway, so that's even better.
I think Thielen might have. I think in the last game he did leave. He came back and scored the touchdown after. So whatever it was, he was fine.
Yeah.
Like the Jalen Warren pick.
I hate it.
Between Mitchell and Warren.
Yeah, definitely almost picked a second tight end over Mingo right there, but I don't know. I'm not really exactly stacked at wide receiver, so I was just taking shots in the dark at this point. So I got Justin Jefferson and a bunch of clowns. So a bunch of guys with O's in their names. So
all right, Eddie.
My name is
Late in the
Joe.
draft.
What the
Oh, I
hell is
think
wrong? What do you got to say about that, man?
Well, they all have two
I'm
O's.
just
They all each have two O's in their name, so I was just trying to make a joke
I'm
about
just
that.
messing with you, man. Everybody have a quarterback? 1, 2, 3. We don't. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Zeke.
We don't have.
December
every
does
team
not
with a
have
quarterback.
one. And
it doesn't matter now.
December's the only one that I see that doesn't have one.
But we have a team with 2, right? Yep. Interesting.
He's being more of an analyst drafter than us. Waiting on QB. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Now with the QB,
you're gonna leave me Lamar at 4. Like, I'm. Okay.
I know. Well, we're getting into an era of QBs that just
It is
more of a difference between those top 1 to 8 quarterbacks. The point disparity
Definitely.
between them and the rest is just such a big gap now.
In our last show, we talked about that, and it got brought up at the panel. It's at the expo. The panel at the expo, like that's the quarterbacks are separating themselves now a little bit more than they used to. Like it used to be like, oh, you don't need, Peyton Manning, like you don't have to win with him, right? He's awesome. We get it, but you can wait, fill in your roster, and then go get all the rest of the guys are going to be separated by 30 points at the end of the season. I don't know if that happens. That doesn't happen anymore. So
it's no longer 30 points.
Yeah,
it's more 90.
I'm afraid to admit this, but I got to admit it. If it's really 4-point passing touchdowns,
it is.
Because I was hearing LaPlant say that, and I was like, is that what it is? I still picked Herbert. I should have picked Fields, I guess, in that moment. But never played in the league where it's not.
He says 6.
Never played in the league where it's not.
I don't know why he said
that. I don't know why I thought it was 6. We'll chalk that up.
Drinking another beer, Mike.
4 was what they did back in the day, right? I mean, that's talk about old school,
right.
I never played in a 6-point touchdown league. Outside of maybe Scott Fish for 1 year. I don't know, whatever he might have done it.
Our home league 6-point passing touchdowns. I kind of dig it though.
I think it's a great way.
Touchdowns worth 4 points ever.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's it. The simplest terms, Blake, is why is a passing touchdown worth less than someone
because
running
quarterbacks throw
But here's how you even out the running quarterbacks.
I gave 0.2 points per rush to boost running backs, and then we made wide receivers PPR. That's what I did.
Well, then it's the same thing, so it doesn't matter at that point. You're boosting everybody.
I agree. It just
if you
feels
boost
weird
everybody, you're just boosting everybody.
Well, the thing about the 6-point pass,
they're underboosted, right?
It gives a little bit more value to those.
Team Steve took Geno, and he already had Josh Allen, so that's cool.
6-point
I like Geno a lot, actually. I really do.
A little bit more balance at QB, so the rushing quarterbacks aren't a cheat code.
I get it, and I do think that's gonna go that way soon. But I don't know. I think it. Again, to me, I don't really think it over. I don't think it makes quarterbacks more valuable. Like some people do. I really just don't think it does. But
you kind of look at it at the perspective of how tight end premium just kind of separates the elite. It makes a bigger. Yeah, it makes so there's no middle class.
A little more.
There's no middle class to that position.
I like that.
Yes, man. Glad you're enjoying it, dude.
I like that Zay Jones.
We said another draft, y'all.
Nigga.
Good old fantasy football. Good old boys fantasy football.
There's talk that Christian Kirk's kind of moving back into the slot now with Ridley too. So if Zay Jones is starting in 2 wide receiver sets alongside Ridley, that's kind of
he was up there for me. I was kind of hoping he'd fall back to me, but that's all right.
I did hear that exact thing too. That Kirk is going to be playing slot, so on 2 wide receivers, Jones will be in there. I don't know. Maybe it's the old the Raiders Hard Knocks, but I just never really been too enamored with Zay Jones. So,
definitely has an interesting career trajectory for sure.
Yeah, right. Like all of a sudden he's like finally relevant. It's like, dude, that was like 5 years ago.
He was left for dead. Yeah, he was left for dead. Yep.
Pretty much your definition of a post-hype breakout.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, good year.
He was the guy that he's the guy that did that weird stand-up thing, right? Where he was like laying down and he like stood up like a robot. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like that was him, and they were just like, "Oh man, if he could do that, he's athletic." And it's like, well, that has nothing to do with playing wide receiver. So, yeah, that was tough.
All right,
I can't believe Eric's not home yet, though. I thought he would have jumped on by now. Let's see.
This is getting gross, guys. Getting gross.
It is getting gross, man. Tyler Algier was like,
with no defense, no kickers, and 2 flex. This gets shallow real quick.
I like that Mims pick though, Bishop. I like that.
That's he's like the wide receiver too right now.
Sean Payton he made a point to draft that dude too. And not saying Sean Payton has the greatest drafting resume, but that's the same with P Ryan, right? Like when the guy wants you, like that makes you feel yourself making the pick.
Hey, he made Marquise Colston good. He was one of the latest draft picks.
Whoa! Don't talk bad.
He was
about
like
Marquise
a
Colston.
He was like a 6th round draft pick. It takes a lot of skill to turn that.
7th round draft pick from Hofstra.
Exactly.
And they literally got rid of their football team the next year.
If Ruff doesn't suck,
he was a tight end.
Sneaky good pick.
That was a good pick for them. I think that was a good one. And
love
good
the old
development,
random Saints wide receivers. Devery Henderson, right? It's another one.
Dude, Marquise Colston was so good for a couple of years. It was fantastic.
He really was.
Lance Moore was one, wasn't he, too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember who was the guy that went from the Bears to them? Who got injured? He had the career-ending injury, though. I can't remember his name.
From the Bears to the
He came from the Bears. Yeah,
Cameron Meredith?
Yes, Cameron Meredith.
I remember Cameron Meredith. Yeah.
He was
I
a
genuinely
flash in
didn't
the
even
pan.
remember that.
He was a
I don't
flash in the
remember.
pan.
I don't remember him going to the Saints.
He did.
I do.
Him.
We've had so many heartbreaks. So I remember when we got Garris Bird. My mom bought me not 31's my favorite number, so she bought me the 31 Garris Bird jersey, and I was hype. And I mean, I think we went 7-9 that season. So there's just so much hurt with the Saints. I can't remember it all. You know.
That one ring makes up for it all, though. That one
really does.
That one really was more for the city than the team.
So
first time I saw my dad cry, for sure.
You can thank the NFL writing staff for that.
Wide receiver 3.
Yeah, the script was great on that one. Me and my dad, actually, a crazy story. Me and my dad were at a watch party, and the Who's playing during halftime, and I had really started liking Who when I was a kid. And I don't know, for some reason, me and my dad, we used to do this with LSU games, but we both look at each other and we're like, onside kick, just because we're like, we needed to make a spark and like make something, and we're like, no one's ever done this. And then they actually did it, and me and my dad were like jumping up and down, and it didn't even look like we got it. It was the craziest part. Like I'm pretty sure a Colts player like walked out with the ball, and then they were like, white ball, and we were just like, this is the greatest moment of all time. So yeah, that was definitely a great Super Bowl. Great time. Love to get a dub. You know, if we never win another one, we can say we got one. Sorry, Lions fans.
That's the one with the age.
Dave just catching strays over here.
Well, when you're the most handsome guy at the site, you can catch a couple of strays.
That's fair.
Yeah. Hey, the Lions have a nice shot this year too. So I mean, I can't. It was the easy one to shoot because.
Dylan, don't snipe
I like
me.
the Lions.
Don't you do it?
I'm struggling here, man. I don't know where to go.
Get your boy.
Let's just go here. I guess.
Your running back is Antonio Gibson.
I almost picked him over.
Don't worry about it, man.
I'll take it. It's not a fun pick. Don't get me wrong. I won't watch the games, but give me Rondell Moore, the second wide receiver in that offense. Especially if Clayton Tune's going to be the quarterback, they're going to be throwing all underneath passes and play action jet sweeps.
I don't want all of that. That's why I'm not touching it. I don't want.
It's PPR. All he's got to do is catch the one net pass yard.
I want nothing to do with the entire Arizona Cardinals offense. Nothing.
I mean,
sorry, I'm out.
Like the 7 passes
I'm out. I'm totally
You know
out.
what? Hey, you know what? I remember
They have to play offense, so somebody has to do
exactly.
something.
I remember hearing that same analysis about the Seahawks wide receivers last year when we didn't know if it was Geno Smith or Drew Lock throwing the ball, but that worked out pretty well.
I didn't say I was totally out on them. I said I wasn't. I was likely not drafting them where they were going, but no, this offense list looks ugly. Like,
what's crazy is in 1 year,
think
that offense can look absolutely spectacular with Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison.
We need to get you and Kelly Singh on a podcast together so we can have you talk to her about your Cardinal slander.
Fine.
All right, so Blake, I like the Laporta pick. 12th round there. You got Hawkinson. You're reaching for the stars there. Possible. I know Dave can speak a little bit more on this than me, but I know he's more of a believer in Gibbs being the second wide receiver or the second receiving threat in that offense. But Laporta's getting a lot of hype out of camp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the pick. I mean, just lock him in as a day one starter. That's kind of the main thing. And they don't really seem to like his blocking ability. He's just mainly going to be running routes. The more routes you run, the more targets you can get. That's kind of, and then like everyone's saying, Jameson Williams is out for the first 6 weeks, and maybe Laporta balls out in the first 6 weeks, and Goff likes him more as a target. Because I mean, Goff hasn't really been able to get that rapport going with Williams, so it's like he's going to have 6 more games of Laporta, and Williams played 7 games last year, but only had like 12 targets or something, right? Or 7 targets, something like that. So I'm definitely liking Laporta. Tajay Spears, hometown guy.
We know Jared Goff loves the tight end too. We know Jared Goff loves the tight end.
And he's a receiving tight end. I like Michael Mayer too, but Michael Mayer is more of like your Jason Witten, like until his 8th season when he's really catching for passes. Like he's a blocker. So, and plus it's the Raiders. So Has Jacoby Myers even gone? Like,
I believe he did.
On the board.
Yeah, Jordan took him. I think Jacoby. Yeah.
9th round.
Okay.
Joe, what are we thinking here?
I was like,
so I'm just hoping the injury isn't as bad as
save your draft.
But I'm gonna go Foreman.
Yep.
Again, another guy falling down the board who could probably be the number 1 running back on the team. I know people like Herbert more. I mean, I do too. Go Hokies, but Foreman, when
heck,
healthy,
Roshan Johnson he's even been pretty good in preseason.
Roshan. That's a good pick. I think he won 1 pick before me. Yeah, last round.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a shot in the dark.
Okay.
I mean,
it could be.
There's a whole lot of nothing left right now. So, like, I'm taking guys who I know can have a chance, and if I have to cut them, I have to cut them, and I'll pick guys later. Like, that's what it's gonna be.
It's that old Family Guy skit. You could get a boat, or you can get the mystery box. Joe went with the mystery box.
Boat could be in the mystery box.
Exactly. The boat.
I'm getting like the rowboat, like hey, I know what I'm getting.
Half a paddle.
That's great. There we go.
Pick CH. Who the hell wants that noise? Luke Musgrave.
Hey, there's a lot of. I mean, people are thinking, now that he's actually healthy, it's possible he could.
Come on, no.
I mean, it was the same with Rashad Penny, and you drafted him. Like he wasn't healthy.
I've actually seen Rashad Penny, perform well when healthy. That's the problem is with Penny is he's just got to stay healthy. When healthy, like
CH be a pass catching back, be a red zone threat when it comes to pass catching, not running. But we've seen him do that before. We've seen what he can do, and we know the running backs for the Chiefs are more of a pass catching group than a rushing.
One of the dudes I was looking at. So I don't
know. It's appealing. It's appealing in my opinion.
Yeah, I just don't see it with him. I feel like that ship with him. Chicago's got a whole new backfield. You've got to figure it out. Somebody's going to rise. The cream will rise to the top at some point. True. And I don't know who it's going to be. Foreman's not my pick, honestly. Like it will, but to me, it's Foreman or Herbert, really. I think Johnson's good. We'll see. I don't know.
You don't get much
13,
hype when
man.
you're
we
behind.
We got three picks left, man. I'm taking some
No,
chances.
you're fine. You don't get much
This
hype when
draft
you're
is
behind
obviously
Bijan Robinson
pretty.
in college.
This has been a pretty sharp draft. This has been a
I like
pretty
that
sharp
Rasheed
draft.
Rice pick though by Ike.
Very,
That Rasheed Rice pick in the 13th round.
Yeah, take some chances. Let's do it.
Right. I mean, I think at this point, like, there's a good chance these guys are probably going to get cut at some point, anyways. That you're taking round 12, 13, so you might as well take someone who might go up and take another step forward, and then
bingo,
boom, profit.
Exactly. You don't need to go safe with these last picks. I did with Boyd and Thielen because I need a little more depth, but now I'm not going safe anymore. These are going to be some crazy picks. Maybe not crazy, but we'll see. Deuce Vaughn. All right.
Love that. That's a good stash. I mean, why not? It's like
I just don't see it in real NFL games. I don't see it. Not gonna lie.
I'm interested to see it. They have a great O-line, so I mean, Tony Pollard can't take every single carry. So,
like we've seen Tariq Cohen do it for a little bit for the Bears. Do you kind of just see him, Jordan, being the Cowboys guy? Do you see him kind of in a similar role?
All right, so we got a team Paul who took Chig, and he also had Waller. What do y'all think about that?
I don't.
Good upside swing this late.
Yeah, and you definitely need a backup plan if Waller's your tight end one. I don't mind taking a swing at a tight end this late because he can't stay healthy either. Fortunately.
Yeah, I have him in another league. I drafted 3 other tight ends.
So we do
what did
have
you
a
ask me
surprise
earlier?
guest here. We do have a surprise guest here. Everybody, welcome Eric to the group.
What up?
What's up, dude?
Just made it home. Sorry, I was drafting from my phone.
That explains it. Zamir White. There we go. Not believing in the Josh Jacobs return.
So, I mean, what do you think of your team so far, Eric?
I don't love my receivers. I wanted to take one in the second pick. I think I would learn my lesson, but then I saw Josh Jacobs, and I was like, man, I'm going to take the leading rusher again in the second.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to pass up on. I get it, man. I'm old school like that too, man. But
so, I mean, I took a lot of chances on receivers like Debo and Michael Pittman and Jerry Jeudy, but if they work out, then I think I have one of the better teams.
It was a Gibbs pick, I think. I talked you into that one, I guess. When you picked Gibbs, I was surprised. I thought you would have went wide receiver right there.
I picked Judy to trade to Eddie when he gets healthy. So get me out when he's ready for it.
I kind of thought that exact thought. We do that to another guy in our league.
Dave's
He's
like
an Eagles
stone
fan. We just
face
take
over
Eagles
here.
players and trade them.
Dave's like, screw everybody. I hate everybody.
Yeah, he's concentrating.
Man, he's got a sheet underneath him. You can tell.
Yeah, baby.
He's marking off. Man, he's in game mode.
Guy defend my regular season championship.
It's all right, Eric. Joe's not a big fan of his team either, so I mean, at least you guys are in the same boat.
Yeah, I've never drafted Deshaun Watson before. I've never drafted Debo. I don't know. I don't love it.
Yeah, that's what Blake was saying.
I literally have I've never drafted almost any of these guys on my team before, so this will be fun. I don't even know. I usually don't have fun with my team until I get to my family home league, and I can just screw around, and I don't actually care if I lose. I actually kind of want to lose the league because I want everybody else to keep playing. I won it the first 3 years, and then everybody's like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna play." I'm like, "All right, we'll figure this out." Let's have some fun.
Joe,
alrighty. I don't, dude. I just don't know, man. This is Gozas. All right. You know what? He probably isn't going to get drafted, but I'm going to take him out just in case. Because I know there's some people that listen to this. Love me some Sean.
He should be the number 2.
I literally think he should be the number 1 at some point. He is
Really?
so good. He is so good. I watched a lot of ACC football. He is so good. So good.
I really like it.
Just
it's
make
just hard to
Rashad
predict him.
pass catcher.
Yeah.
Right.
Sean Tucker's so hard to predict, though. and you can't rank him very high. Projections aren't going to be good for him, and I get it completely. Round 14, I'm coming around. I'll get somebody else. Like again, like if I drop my last like 6 players, I don't care. Like that's what happens in these drafts. I mean, come on.
Damn
we talked
you,
about
Dylan.
this last. We talked about this last week, Mike.
Yeah,
Right?
get in the van.
You know,
Sorry.
like
In the van.
Dylan sniped me. Sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to take you off.
no, you're good. You interrupt me all the time. You're fine. But like, you know, we talked about this, right? You know, like how many like round 6 players do you cut eventually? How many round 7 players do you cut eventually? Those are guys that you were like really trusting. Like I'm in round 14 out of 15. I'm not trusting Sean Tucker to do anything.
No.
Could I have gone safe and gone CEH? Or, you know, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of safe players on the board. So at this point, let's go upside. And if I cut him, I cut him. I'll find someone on the waiver wire. Most likely the guy I drafted around 14 is getting cut anyway, so who cares? So, yeah.
For what it's worth, man, I liked Sean Tucker when I was doing the rookie scouting this offseason, man. I liked it. I'm kind of in that same group as like Zach Evans, and he went in like the 6th round. So I think he's kind of right in that same group talent-wise. If I remember right, he had like a heart condition that popped up before the draft, and that's why he ended up getting drafted. But talent-wise, I think he was like a 5th, 6th round guy for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he would have been drafted. I mean, the dude was a monster. When he's healthy, man, the guy's a monster. And so, like, I think the talent will show for him, in my opinion. Like, it may not work out, but, you know, again, we're looking at Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, don't take a shot at me.
Van Jefferson. Come on, guys. Like, no lies. Like, but like, again, like, what's the difference between Sean Tucker and those two? Literally, you tell me, what is the difference between Sean Tucker and those two?
You know what, Joe? You're lucky you're in Maryland.
I'm just looking through.
What are you gonna do about it?
Right.
I will write him a strongly worded letter.
Maybe
you could do that now.
Say what you want to say on air, bro.
I'm good. I want to keep the monetization on a good you know, good basis.
When we cut off airs, it's all no holds barred. No holds bar. I mean,
I swear like a sailor.
Oh my gosh. Oh, brother.
I won't lie though. Dylan did snipe the hell out of me with that Van Jefferson pick.
But again, my point is like, what's the difference at this point between a Sean Tucker
looking
and
for
Van Jefferson
upside. You're looking for upside,
but
and all I was
those
just
two
going to
really
say,
have upside. We've tried
Van
with
Jefferson
Van Jefferson.
does.
We've tried with Market MVS.
I think that Van Jefferson has
we've
upside.
tried with those guys.
I was about to pick MVS, honestly. I mean he's going to be the starter. But is he going to be good? We don't know.
Like, same with Van Jefferson.
It's the same thing you're saying, that like the guy's going to be on the field, and it's the 14th round. Sean Tucker might.
You can't ask for more.
I think Tucker is absolutely the RB2 on that team already. So he's going to be on the field.
He does.
He's already going to be on the field, and he has a chance to be the RB1. He has a chance to be the running back for that team.
Yeah, I'm not on Rashad White. I'm with you. So,
I mean, I like White.
I like that Ferguson pick, Blake.
I do too.
Thank you, sir.
Hawk. Okay, tell me why you took 3 tight ends. Hawk, Laporta, and
2
Ferguson.
flex positions.
Because there's no rule that you can't start multiple tight ends, and tight ends still get catches. Ferguson, I mean, I really think Dak loves to throw to the. Let's ask Jordan. Does Dak love to throw to the tight end? I mean, and Blake's the starter.
Before Cousins holds.
Dylan, are you shocked that Komet just went in the 15th round?
No.
Okay, never mind. I like it as my tight end too.
It's fine.
The tight end stats are so wonky too. Like, I mean, Ferguson and Laporta could both be top 10 tight ends, and that doesn't say a lot because tight end's a weak position. But somebody might need a top tight end, and that's third bait or something, you know. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Plus, I really think
Wow,
Laporta
we just really have a
start,
tight end room.
starter-worthy player.
In round 15, we just had a tight end.
Tight end
Hey,
run.
I almost picked Herb Smith too, because Joe Burrow.
I was gonna take
We
Jake
injured
Ferguson if
people?
Blake
I'm not
didn't
really sure
take
what's
him
going
too.
on here right now.
I realistically think
what's
Ferguson
going
could be
on?
worth a dart throw for sure late.
Okay.
Bonnie's
Yeah, Dak
laughing
loves
with me.
his-
Thank you. Somebody got
Dak
it.
loves his tight ends as well.
So I'm going. Yeah. This is kind of gross at this point.
What shit would you like to throw at the wall today?
Yeah. I mean,
If you look through these wide receiver rankings, they actually have Henry Ruggs rated 366.
what?
Above people that are actually starters in the league. I don't, or actually
Still
play.
in the league.
This dude's in
I'm
jail
going
for
Isaiah
10.
Hodgins. You know, I just it's let's
Do they-
see if
Now
somebody.
that's a dart throw.
Right. I mean,
Do they-
exactly. It's.
Do
Somebody's
they have
gotta
federal
be-
prison leagues?
Somebody's got to
in
be
the
an
ADP?
RB wide receiver.
But I'm
on that
thinking, like,
team.
he's doing 3 to 10. He's ranked 366.
That's,
I think he's
that's
ranked on the
funny.
days that he's spending. No, I'm kidding.
LaPlant,
The days he's
you are
served already.
using LaPlant. You're
Good pick,
using the
Dave.
Fantasy Pros
I know, Dylan. Thank you.
thing, right?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Share your screen so that we
Oh,
can
yay.
see it at the end of this.
Yeah, because we all think that rating is 100%.
Who cares? It's
accurate.
fun to look at. Shut up and just do
Fun
it for
to
the
see
show.
you
I like
when
to
I
see
have-
how low Fantasy Pros always puts me.
Oh,
At that point, I'd rather be the
dude,
lowest.
I think I'm actually.
I'm
gonna
actually.
be.
I was really trying hard for a top 3 in the Fantasy Pros rankings this time. If I would have picked
Think I'm gonna be worse than you,
D-Hop over
Dave. Don't
Hawkinson,
worry.
I would have definitely probably been a top team. So.
Oh, me going 0 RB, they're definitely not gonna like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
Dylan
no,
is
no,
screwed.
no.
Right,
Yeah.
Fantasy Pros is gonna absolutely hate it.
Yeah. But anyway, share your screen, Mike. Let's see it happen. Oh, all right.
Michael Wilson, I like that pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a solid. I mean,
It's shared.
I don't.
It's
you
ready
know,
from the
again,
draft ends.
We're going RB. We're going QB2s here. Huh? All right.
Russ, man.
Y'all have fun when you drop all these mofos.
We might, but Russ has got the Raiders
Go
week
down.
1.
Well, with
That's-
Anthony Richardson, that's a good QB2
I
to
think
pick
I
up.
think week
That's
1
a good one.
Russ and then see. I think Richardson's going to be legit.
With
but on the
Mahomes,
off
there's
chance he
literally
takes
no
it,
reason to draft Cousins.
For sure, agreed. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it
No,
sucks when you
no,
do invest
no.
in a guy like Mahomes. and you
December
lose him.
Underground took. Holy cow! He took Daniel Jones and Aaron Rodgers. He was the last. I didn't realize he
Yeah.
lasted that long with quarterbacks. That is fantastic. Good for him.
Yeah, that's
He was
not
better
a
than
bad
us.
pick either.
As we all get applause from that. Anyway, all right, man.
Thank
Mike.
you.
Hour
Good draft.
45 minutes.
Good
man.
draft.
This is
Yeah,
awesome.
good draft, though.
That was fast as hell.
So Mike got a 90. Uh-oh. That's
I
not
like
good.
it. I like
Yeah,
it.
not bad.
Even though it's not accurate, I like it.
You never know.
Do it
So,
here.
Bishop and December have the
Oh,
best
I'm
one
good.
according
So
That's
to.
not too
Fantasy
bad.
Pros hates quarterbacks. Got it.
Hitman at 4. Let's get it.
Yep, we got me
Somebody
at
like
3,
my
Hitman at
receivers.
4, Joe at 5, Jordan
I'm
at
shocked
6.
him at 5.
Dylan all the way at 10. I'm shocked he's not at the bottom with that 0 RB
I
strategy.
can't break the top 8 on these
I'm not
rankings,
shocked
man.
at
They
all.
hate me.
We got to move this to the side so we can see here.
So
Actually,
let's
we'll
look
just
at some
blow it
steals
up.
and-
Let's do this.
let's
Hey,
steal
go
some
back over
nuggets.
to the summary
All right.
real quick because it got cut off. Okay, so Paul. Okay. All right. Go over. So see at the where it says projected standings and it's got overall.
There's
The
your starters.
starters. Yeah. There we go. That's a little different. My starters are awful. Starters are
Who's
I'm
got
top
that?
5
Who's
Dylan.
the number 1?
wow.
Bishop.
Yeah.
That would be
So
the
what-
guy
what's
that was
his-
commenting Pine Street Breakers.
According to that, he smoked us.
Yeah.
Way to go.
And then go to
Great
bench.
job.
Thanks for subscribing.
You're welcome.
Yes.
I got a good
Yeah.
bench.
I know. Like it matters, right?
you
Yeah.
know
so
what?
just-
You win
so-
because of bench points.
So Pine
right.
Street took Kelsey. He's the team who took Kelsey, by the way.
Yeah.
Kelsey,
Yeah.
Adams,
Mm.
Mahomes, ETN, Walker. So again, loved the
Yeah, that is a
running
nice
backs.
team. I mean,
The running backs that fell to him were phenomenal. And then he went running back or receivers later. So his receivers are really weak. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how that happens. What happens with his team, to be honest. But anyway, Might go ahead and go through stuff.
Yeah, he got a 96 out of 100.
Well, hey boys,
That's a,
it's before you get finished. It's been great drafting with you, but I'm gonna go have some tacos. I have not had dinner yet, so I will chat with you guys
Oh, I
later.
want tacos.
Later, Jordan. Good draft.
All right, Jordan. Have a good night, man.
Crock pot all
Thank
day.
you, and
Oh man.
Yeah.
have a good night, Jordan.
good luck getting
and
second place this year. See ya.
Thank you for the trophy, Smack Trophy.
Yeah. We'll see. All right, let's see you guys.
See ya.
So we're in the steals section here. Looks like Team Paul got Okonkwo as a steal. Daniel Jones for December Underground. Aaron Rodgers.
Say it right.
Somebody, what do you mean? Okonkwo? Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers.
See you there,
Sorry.
Pine Street. Good luck to you.
But I mean, for
Jordan.
waiting on quarterbacks,
Yeah.
I mean, to get Daniel Jones and Aaron Jones, that's not bad.
Aaron Rodgers,
Bishop
that's
got
pretty- yeah, that's pretty
Kirk
fantastic.
Cousins at
Sorry.
57, so yeah. I mean, he had Mahomes already, but still.
Yeah, I mean, you can
You
wait
didn't
on
pick
quarterback
Mahomes
and
there.
get those guys, but like again, I think that's what
Right.
we're seeing though this year. Is the problem right now is it's just being like those guys just lack that massive upside now. To where in the past they were fine and that's what could work. I don't know if it's working anymore. I'm sort of buying into you need to go after one of these like the top 7, maybe 8-ish. And Jim Coventry, on our show last week, said similar things, and I'm spot on. I don't know if I'm going in on the Mahomes, in your typical drafts, right? Mahomes and Allen or Hurts, those guys are going sometimes round 2. No. Round 3, maybe late round 3, which is where they went, where we got them, and then you start trickling in the rest, right? But I can't do the mid round 2. Like there's just too many other players on the board for me to reach for a Mahomes, and I didn't. I had the chance to take every single one of them at 2-9. I even had a chance to take all of them at 3-4 and didn't pull the trigger. And I got Lamar at 4-9. I was happy with that.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think of the strategy with him going Travis Kelce and Mahomes? I get it, the stack, but it's really tough building a roster when you go elite quarterback and you go elite tight end. Like I'm honestly not okay with walking into a 3 wide receiver league with George Pickens as my 2 and Gabe Davis as my 3. I can't.
I mean, look,
I can't do it.
I'm not gonna say it can't work because we've seen Davis's blow up. Pickens could be a year 2 guy that could just go crazy. Adams over like I get why you take Adams. I'm nervous with Adams this year, but I get it.
Right.
The alpha dog there. And even last week on the show, right? We mentioned, if you take a quarterback early or a tight end early, do you also go, do you go early with one of the other ones? Now, if you go Travis Kelce in round 1, that's like massive early. So we were more talking like the Hawks and the Andrews and the, those guys going around like 3 and 4, right? Do you also go quarterback early? Jim and me and Zach and AJ were all like, no. Like you cannot, it's hard to do both. Because you really limit your total point upside in my opinion, at that point. Yes, Kelce and Mahomes are the number 1 at their position.
Yep.
Yes, you could argue Hurts, you could argue Allen's too. I get it for the quarterback there, but Kelce's number 1, Mahomes is 1 through 3. So fine. I get the positional advantage there, but yeah, you're right, Dylan. Losing out on the other positional, the other positions where you need to start multiple players on, that's rough. And so that's why when I took Lamar, I could have taken Goddard at 7-4 instead I took Addison because I just need a receiver.
Sure.
I could have taken Evans, and I like Evans a lot, but I had already kind of waited on receiver at that point, and I felt like I needed maybe a little more upside. Maybe I went a little crazy with that pick. I don't know. I'm hoping not. I'm nervous with Evans this year for reasons with Baker Mayfield. Yeah, but I could have gone Goddard there, but I felt like going a quarterback in round 4 and then a tight end in round 7 was still too close. So I waited and waited and waited, and I got a decent one that I didn't think was going to fall to round 9 in Evan Ingram, so it was totally fine. So that's how I kind of would play it. Like if I could have waited a little bit longer on tight end, I would have liked to. I just don't know if I really want the Kincaids and the Schultz I don't want to play tight end roulette every week. I just
get that.
You know, Ingram might be, but I feel like he's one of the last safe-ish ones. That offense, I just feel like is going to explode this year. So, but yeah, taking two, a quarterback and a tight end super early like that, both really limits your upside, in my opinion.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Typically, it doesn't work out just because you can't round out the roster.
Yeah.
But, I mean, outside the wide receivers, like, usually when you go quarterback, tight end early, either the running back position or the wide receiver
100%. You got to
it's going to suffer. Yeah, it's going to suffer either way. Now, obviously, it's the wide receiver position in his case. But to get what he got for running backs, too, it's not bad.
Right.
It can still help.
Running backs are
Walker,
solid
yeah,
for sure. The receivers are, he's playing.
But
Gabe Davis as a 3 is definitely tough.
There's a realm. There's a world where if his running backs are consistent enough, you got Patrick Mahomes,
absolutely
consistent enough. You got Kelsey, if he can be consistent enough, like last year, like you can make up for that inconsistency at wide receivers. But that's if the stars align. So that's where it's like it is really one of those strategies where like everything has to work out for you. You can't get that injury bug. Yeah, you hit on some dart throws late in the draft that are going to, eventually play for some bye week positions for you. So you really do have to have the stars aligned for it to work out for you in the end to win the championship with that draft strategy.
Anybody else? Dave, what do you think about your draft, man?
It did not fall the way that I thought.
Feels like the theme of the night.
Yeah, I think we all can agree with that. But I mean, I think I, was able to pivot and after the first couple of picks didn't go the way that I expected, I kind of reformulated what I wanted to do. At the end of the day, the team, the construction of the team is still basically what I was trying to do. It just didn't quite fall in the order that I wanted it to fall into. But I don't have any problems with my team, really. I mean, obviously everyone's got a few question marks here and there.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit there and whine and cry about, oh, well, this isn't exactly perfect. But I mean, again, I think we'll all say, as long as we don't encounter a bunch of injuries, I think we all like our team's chances.
I mean, that's kind of how you go into it with a draft anyways. So you can't go into a draft, going like, man, I got to stay away from this guy because he's injury prone. Because honestly, you're not injury prone until it happens, and you're not injury prone until you're not injured for a year. So like if you go into a draft, picking and avoiding players just based on injury and that recency bias, it can hurt you in the long term to where, then you could have missed out on somebody potentially in that, 6 to 10 round. That's, like even what Eric got, like Deebo Samuel. Yes. Like he's dealt with the injuries, but man, when he's healthy and he's on the field, he's a top 5 wide receiver, because he got that rushing upside. Now, granted, CMC's there. Either way, we've seen him do it before, and that's you got to take those risks to win a league like this, where it's hard to find value in the draft. It really is. Like this was a tough draft to find value in. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably one of the tougher drafts I've done. Even being in the Scott Fishbowl draft and completely different scoring. This was a tougher draft. Like you had to kind of take your guy and plant your flag, otherwise he was gone by the time your next pick was up. But enough about me. Dylan, I'm curious. What do you think about your team? Going that 0 RB approach.
Oh man, it's so tough to say. The 3 spot, I don't love it. And Dave and I talked pre-show, and Blake, we were kind of talking during stream too. I almost wanted to be towards the back end rather than be at 3. I would have rather double tap the wide receivers at the end of the draft. At the end of the first 2 rounds than at the beginning. But It's okay. I think I'll be all right. I'm
At least you didn't go from the 11 pick to the 2 pick. That was a complete mind swap. I'm like over here going, all right, I got the 11th pick. I'm gonna double tap receivers, and then all of a sudden you got Justin Jefferson. But go on, sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping David Montgomery, who's just been blah his whole career, takes a step up, and hopefully we get the Antonio Gibson breakout that we've been promised the last 3 years. But I kind of explained earlier, I'm all right with my RBs lacking as long as I'm comfortable starting, in this case, 5 wide receivers in my starting lineup because we have the 2 flexes and starting 3 wide receivers, especially in a PPR format. So I'm all right with it. Blake, how you digging your team?
I mean, I thought I liked it, but Fantasy Pros just continues to tell me that I'm a crappy drafter. I don't know what the deal is. So, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe I didn't realize it was 4-point quarterbacks, touchdowns. I really haven't played in the league.
Don't worry, I didn't either, apparently, Blake.
But you said it, and then I still drafted. I still drafted Herbert. I still just drafted Fields based off of his rushing upside, So that was kind of a mess up there. And then I was just really didn't want to punt tight end again, and so that's why I took Hawkinson. Since I didn't have Jefferson, that's kind of why I didn't pick Jefferson really, because I either wanted Hawkinson or Addison there too, in that around that 6-12, 7-1 area or whatever I got him. So like I didn't want to stack all those people, and I knew I was probably gonna get Mixon at the end of that round. So it's it's like I was stacking 2 players on the same team somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of my thing. I guess with my wide receiver 2 being Dotson, not great, especially if McLaurin comes back quickly from this injury. I think Dotson's talented,
Right. Yep.
And then I got Quentin Johnson as the wide receiver 3, but that really only is boosted because I got Herbert as the stack on the quarterback, So yeah, I definitely think I'm weak at wide receiver, but if Jonathan Taylor plays, and then once Kamara's not suspended, I really think I'm loaded at running back, which is kind of a place I like to be in redraft leagues, especially. And then I got Chase, who is going to be hopefully a top 3 wide receiver this year. So I don't know. I don't hate the team. I just like Dylan was just saying. I think drafting at the front of the round this year is tough, and which is crazy because I've been and this is the one year I got 1 in every league I'm in, and it's like, oh great, the 1 year it sucks to have 1, like awesome. And now I probably could have just been really ballsy and took Bajan or something, because I took Barkley like his first year.
That worked.
I think
out
I had
his
him 8
year for sure.
Yeah,
he was the number 1 overall wide receiver, and I took him at 8, and he wasn't supposed to go till like the 3rd round, I think. And everybody was, what are you doing? And then he ended up being number 1. So it's like you make ballsy plays sometimes, but I think that's why I went with Chase. Chase can be number 1 wide receiver. He can have a Cooper Kupp type season. He always has a high ceiling based off of. If you watch the Bengals, like Joe Burrow's always throwing him go balls. So he might only have 2 catches one game just off of getting locked down. But if he catches a 60-yard bomb, he's getting you 12 or 14 points.
Yeah, he's a little too blue buff for me to be number 1. That's why I didn't put him there, but I get it.
Yeah.
Eric just jumped in. I guess he got some words. Eric?
No, I'm sorry. My thing went down, but I'm back.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So, sorry. I had to take a break for a second, but all right. So I think everybody's talked about their team. I think we're good here. So I want to thank you all for watching and listening. It's been good. This mock draft series was fun. Then turned into our live draft here. So we'll keep you all updated throughout the season at some point. Through Twitter and stuff like that about who's winning and stuff like that, who's going to take down the trophy. So that being said, we're about to hit the 2-hour mark. I think we're going to call it. So here's the draft board. We'll share it on Twitter, and have a good night, everyone. And again, thanks for listening. Be a subscriber to Fantasy Six Pack. See ya.